Hey, it's Bag, and thanks for tuning in to Progress Ramble video number 1 of hopefully many Ramble videos to come. Not always relating to progression, but I did decide to make this video in this series because I don't intend to have commentary in my standard progress videos for Bag, as you may have noticed from the first 2 that have been posted. And because of that, I don't want to eliminate the idea that I'm not open to having commentary videos and discussing different topics or what I feel like saying, experience, prior mistakes, future goals, whatever I'd like to say, as well as whatever you guys want me to say. So if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions for the future of this particular playlist on the channel, definitely post them in the comments below, or you can even DM me on Twitter, which is at UIM_skilling. And I believe I should be open to DMs, at least I can see them and then approve them and respond. But that being said, today's will be a little bit longer just because I wanted to discuss some different things based on some questions that I received. And the first one was really why I started a level 3 ultimate and what, I guess, how Bag became the account that I started playing and primarily playing now. So I played a lot of different builds in the past. I've been playing since Classic and was around the 40th player to register a RuneScape account, which is a long time ago and makes me feel old, but I'm not really that old. But yeah, pretty much I've been playing for a long time, and I've played pures, full-blown mains. I've played quite a bit of different variations of pures as well. A lot of level 3 skillers. Some of them failed through hacking prior to, I guess, revelation of intelligence. But yeah, I played failed skillers that I failed and made into other builds intentionally. I've done quite a bit in the game. I'm not as good at PVM just because I haven't had as much experience with PVM as I would like to have. And time to time, I really enjoy watching PVM content and wish that all I was doing is doing PVM. But I always result back to skilling because that's what I enjoy the most, and it's what comes most natural to my mind when it comes to what to do on the game, which is really interesting because I know a lot of people hate skilling, and I really enjoy it. But with that being said, I wanted a clean break, and so I decided to make a new account, and I thought, okay, I'll start with an Iron Man skiller, so I did that, and then I did a regular Iron Man, I did a hardcore Iron Man skiller, and just started them, and they didn't really feel that satisfying as in comparison to looking back on what it was like to start an ultimate. But Bag is not my first ultimate level 3 skiller. I actually had an ultimate level 3 skiller that I learned a lot from in making mistakes, and you can even look it up. It's Training Bow, Training Space Bow, like the item in game. And so, yeah, I played that account and got pretty far and learned a lot about Ultimate Iron Man, but not enough, and made some mistakes because there wasn't really any good quality Ultimate Iron Man skiller guides at all. And from Navis's videos, most of the videos were methods that were great methods, but kind of a little bit more not long term, but not stuff you would do right off Tutorial Island. So, and even like the initial videos that you can find on YouTube for Ultimate Iron Man, a lot of them are just like 10 things you should know, and they're very combat based, of course, which is awesome that they exist, but it's a little bit different as a level 3, and you can't just start killing things and obtain things, and there is some difficulties, setbacks, and things you have to plan. So with that account, I got too much combat experience, and Fossil Island, I knew that was out, and that was basically not going to be able to get access to Herbivore, and I thought that's probably not a good reason to play this account anymore. And when I stopped playing that, people thought that I was burning out of yet another build because of boredom, or like lack of commitment, which, those, to be fair, those have been bad habits that I've had. But really, it was just the fact that it ruined the build, and I really cared about the build, and so it was a little bit more frustrating for me than any kind of, I guess, failure in the past. So with that, I started Bag. Well, actually, I already had Bag, and he had some like fire making experience, and it was before I even made Training Bow, but I couldn't find the information. And when Training Bow was ruined, I realized that I had like Bag, even though his name wasn't Bag at the time. And so I looked everywhere through a bunch of emails, and eventually found the login information in an Evernote, and was really excited that I had like a backup ultimate that I had started, so I didn't have to literally do Tutorial Island again. And so I just started playing it, and I think I had like 70 fire making or something. And yeah, that's when I just started doing a ton of research, learned a lot from the past from mistakes from Training Bow. I asked a lot of questions to Leveler Thrust, and I just have to say shout out to Leveler Thrust. He's, in my opinion, just one of the coolest guys in the game as an ultimate, and obviously as an ultimate level 3, he's probably going to be the first to max, and has a lot of knowledge. And I love Navis's content, and he's probably one of my favorite ultimate content creators. But a lot of methods, that Navis used, Leveler Thrust also knew and has also shared with him. So they were really the two kind of pioneers of making ultimate level 3s seem realistic, to say the least. And at least the two that were one making content and the other one theory crafting. So those guys are really awesome, but Level of Dust was always available to me and always on and actually answering PMs and whatnot. And I tend to ask a lot of questions, especially in the beginning of things. So shout out to him for just letting me constantly ask him questions, which I know can be really annoying in the beginning. So with that, I compiled the Level 3 Ultimate Iron Man Skiller Guide, like version 1. And that had basically a lot of the stuff that I knew I needed to do, and a lot of the stuff that I knew were really important. And then over time, I just kept adding to it and adding to it. And then it became, there came a point where there was a section for all the individual 99s, and I started having to do research on how I would obtain those. But the thing about Ultimate is, even though you can just start off Tutorial Island and instantly just start, doing agility per se to 99, with this account, unfortunately, having clean stats at the beginning, if you want to do things most wisely, in my opinion, you're not going to have really clean stats, and you're not going to have maybe even stats that you want. The only stat that I regret possibly leveling is Slayer. I kind of wish I'd left it at level 1 with 0 experience. That's the only thing I think I would change. But I did have to get past that barrier of any kind of OCD of wanting certain skills or wanting to just do 199 and then the next 99, etc. And I decided to take a different path, which wasn't necessarily efficient, but was to a little more completionist, and that was to gain all of the skilling outfits in the beginning, all of the Zaya favors and black and white graceful. That was something that I wanted to get done just because I really wanted to have those different skilling outfits and stored in my POH. And so getting construction and then all of that was kind of the initial, start of my account. So technically I have, I believe, online for CML or Combat List, which is a level 3 EHP skilling or tracker or whatever you want to call it website. I got like 215 regular EHP or level 3 EHP. I have about 270, I think, plus Iron Man EHP, but there is no such thing as Ultimate Iron Man EHP. So that's pretty much, I think it's a good indication that I probably have about 300 plus hours into this account thus far. That's really not too much in the greater scheme of things, but it is, a good amount committed to one account for me. I probably have enough EHP to max almost twice when it comes to all of the accounts I've played and all of their EHP combined together. And that's obviously not including any EHP that you don't get from, or hours that you don't get an EHP from, like buyables, like farming or fletching. So that's pretty much, a good indication that I'm not entirely off as far as what I need to do, or that I'm not necessarily an efficient player. I just tend to be not committed to one build. And even with Bag, there was a point where I wanted to sell the name and just play one of my pure builds and have that money for it. And I'm glad that I did not sell it, even though I got about a 450 mil offer. just because I knew I couldn't let it go because I just knew that I love this account too much. So that's kind of what got me to bag and what I guess encouraged me to put out the video. Sorry about that, but the video, or not the video, but the guide with all of the, like, I guess, initial steps. Since I put out that guide, I've actually really noticed an increase in ultimate level 3 skillers, which is actually pretty cool. You know, it's one thing to play the mode yourself and be really good at it. It's another to, I guess, inspire and open up opportunity for others to try it that probably never would have before because they didn't know what to do in the beginning. And that was a barrier to entry for them. So I'm really excited to see. I think I know 5 ultimate level 3 skillers that PM me on a regular basis that kind of started, were really liked Ultimate Iron Man maybe before, maybe even did some theory crafting, but ultimately, you know, they having a guide there with kind of a step-by-step off the start motivated them to just do it. And yeah, that's pretty encouraging to me that my guide has helped anybody, because I really just made it to help me, and with the hopes that maybe it would help others. But shout out to all the people that have, you know, theory crafted with me on that, or let me know of different updates. DEIZ, Diaz, or DX, sorry. Actually, I have my friends list so busy on. No, he's not on right now. But shout out to everybody on this friends list, by the way. Yeah, he's not on right now. But yeah, shout out to him. There he is. Yeah, it is IX. I always forget. Clem, basically. But shout out to him for, you know, also helping me keep it updated, because some things are yet to be discovered and some things are really helpful. So as far as progress goes, because I know this video is going really, really long, and that's going to be the case. I aim for about 5 minutes or less with my regular progress videos, but these videos are going to be a lot longer, and I could care less about who likes that or not. That's one thing that's different about this YouTube channel, is I'm doing it for fun and also doing the way that I want to do, and I don't really care what anybody else has to say. If they don't like it, they can just watch something else, and that's fine. And I'm not going to take that personally. Hopefully they'll just be kind enough to leave a like and move on. But yeah, as far as progress with this account, I took a different method and I obtained all of the skilling outfits that are possible. I obtained all of the Zaya favor, which you may have seen in the progress video, different pieces of that. I didn't show Hosidius because that took a lot longer. And there was a lot of clips even at the very, very beginning I didn't put in just because I knew progress video 1 I could show from the beginning. But yeah, I just decided to take a picture instead and kind of just go as far as I could. Mainly a lot of it being, sorry, I'm also sick right now. Mainly it also being that there was a lot of repeat that I had to do over again. That was like kind of grunt work, and recording it all over again on a second account, just because it was the beginning of a new one, was something I didn't really want to do. So some of the very, very small levels, like 5 thieving or 32 thieving, and those recordings, and a lot of recordings of that stuff, I just decided not to include in Progress 1. And I think there are some other new level 3s ultimates that intend to actually do videos from the very beginning. So that would be great to see, and I always like to see more ultimate content no matter what build on YouTube. I think the main 3 that I know right now is UIM Verve, UIM Link, obviously more OG, and then Settled. And those are the main 3 that I've watched a lot of ultimate content from. Also Foe, of course, but yeah, those are pretty much the main 3 other, or main few other than Navis as well. And I really do love Navis' videos. They're really motivating, and yeah, he was always a really nice guy to me whenever I was able to talk to him. And I knew him since he was Rude Mystery, so it's, you know, it's cool to see somebody else really like blow people's expectations out of the water and show them what they're capable of and kind of break the barrier. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. As far as that, I did all the skilling outfits, got all the favor early on. That's not really necessarily efficient, but I really wanted my POH handled. The only semi-setback currently is that I'm working on getting my revitalization pool, which is the second POH, like not formal garden, but the like better garden POH pool that you can have, and it allows you to click it and essentially get full run energy, as well as I think there's a stamina effect. So it's basically like unlimited stamina pots, which is way better if you have magic and you can teleport to your home, of course, because yeah, then you can just go there and restore it at any point. But it's still nice to have for Taverley construction method. And later, if I did ever decide to do a different build, which is not out of the question, by the way, then I'd have that there. So it's a little bit of a regret, though, just because it's taking so long to get each Dr. Jekyll random. And so far, you can see that I actually have 9 out of the 10 that I need. Getting the Torstals, there was a better way that I could have done that as well, and I think I got 2 or 4 strength XP that I could have avoided. As far as diaries and combat experience, I'm not concerned at this point. I have access to Fossil Island. I have all the combat experience that I would need really for any of those. I could have had more combat experience if I had done Observatory Quest in the beginning and redid it until I had to not have to do Merlin's Crystal, which is really, really annoying because you have to fight an NPC. You can't run away from it. You basically have to tank the hits, and it's above level 40. And I messed up because even though I tanked it at one point, I clicked away during a space bar interaction with the NPC after you kill the other NPC, and it made me have to re-kill the guy again, which was just a really bad thing, to be honest. That I really think Jegs needs to improve that part of the quest for Merlin's Crystal. But yeah, so I had to do that. So I got some unnecessary combat experience, but I should have plenty for Falador, Lumbridge, or whatever other diary. I'm not going to be doing the Desert Diary. I don't have the combat experience to kill a Vulture. So as far as goals for the future, if you follow me on Twitter, I typically talk when I can or post tweets. I also delete tweets just because for some reason if I see a tweet that I don't really like, it's not necessarily deleting it for the sake that I don't want it seen. I just delete it because I don't want it there. I like to have, I guess, like a clean Twitter feed. It has nothing to do with how I want to represent myself. It's just a personal preference. But yeah, so sometimes I will tweet like what I'm going to be doing, and then, a couple days later I'll delete it or something, just because you don't really need to tell everybody what you're doing. Just do it. But sometimes I just like to say that. It's just I like to tweet, even though I don't have much to tweet sometimes. But I did, I've been working on this stamina grind, and so I've been working on some skills that I probably otherwise would have, oops, we do not want to lose those feathers, that I probably otherwise would have waited to level if it weren't for this grind. I was going to work on more of a 70 base thing and then do thieving to 99, but I've ended up getting some 80s and some skills simply because of the fact that I'm just waiting for more inventory space to do other skills that I want to do. I can do library, but I don't really rarely get any Jekylls there. I've had any Jekylls even to 42, and I've had more Jekylls from fishing, mining, agility, and hunter. And you can't get randoms inside of Tithe, which is really annoying. I think that's something they need to fix. You should be able to get randoms while you're doing Tithe, because you don't have to dismiss randoms. They can just follow you or whatever, so it's not a big deal. And it would be nice. I probably would have already had this a long time ago had I gotten randoms in there. But basically, I'm going to get 82 fishing right now. I'm almost there. I just started fishing again. I bought enough feathers for 85 just because that's a clean level. 82 allows you to fish minnows, which you can turn for noted sharks. That's really not the fastest way, like the fastest method for fishing, because obviously 3-tick fly fishing is better. The noted sharks are great, but mess hall is pretty much the best meta for cooking, depending on what you want to do. It's good if you're a combat account because you get noted sharks, and that's definitely makes it more worthwhile than fly fishing. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this till 82, and then probably go check out minnows and just see what it's like, since I'm not far off from it. And minnows obviously are stackable, so I don't have to worry about inventory space doing it, and I have full anglers. And then after that, I'm going to probably bash out 80 cooking once I have the revitalization pool finished. As far as future goals, I definitely want to bash out 99 thieving. I think that's probably going to be my first 99 that I would want as a 99, just because it's actually useful. And then I'll probably get 99 fire making just to get it done with. And then yeah, I'd like to get 50 rune crafting, 50 crafting, and 50 herblore. I have quite a bit of supplies in my seed box currently for Raynar's, which is at 38, which I'll get to 38 from doing some herbivore pretty quickly, from 35, almost 36 herbivore. And so I've got some seeds here that I can work with. I can definitely get to 50 if I do Fossil Island from 80 to 85. But I would like to get basically those 3 to 50 just for like stat panel. I'm really wanting to get the stat panel clean and crisp again. And then I'll get, after 99 thieving with that money, I should get about 12 mil. So I'll go for probably 70 or 80 smithing, depending on how much. And I'll also use those dart tips to fletch for 70 or 70 plus fletching. And then after I've done that, I would like to get some more total XP, because I'm only at 25 mil at the moment. So I'm probably going to go for just real quick XP with 99 cooking, so those 399s, and then farming is what I'm thinking, because I really like that cape, and that's also a useful cape, and I could be just farming herbs from seeds that I get from Master Farmer, because I'll be 99 thieving, so I can thieve him without any annoying or nuisance at all. So yeah, it's really annoying, like constantly getting a load of cakes and then thieving and then having to go back and forth because Master Farmer. But it's not really a bad thing, and I have no problem doing it, but being 99 thieving will make going for farming a lot more fun. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to do 99 farming at that point. After 99 farming, it's really going to be between 99 fishing and hunter. As far as EHP calculations and the skill calculations themselves, I should be able to get all of these to 99 by the end of this year, the ones that I mentioned, and have plenty of herbs from herbivore for like at least 60 to 70, probably even 70 plus herbivore, which really I would probably stop at 70 because I don't need higher, since I'm going to have the revitalization pool here soon, and I won't need to make any from super energies because I'm getting the direct source of stams. But basically, I should have all of those 99s. And then at that point in 2019, and this is a little long term, and obviously shooting a little bit ahead because, life happens and you don't always hit things the way that you'd like to hit them. But yeah, I'm thinking I'd probably go for 99 rune crafting. It's a pretty steep goal. I have done some libraries since 20 rune crafting, and with the shelf finder, it's not too bad. It's still very low XP per hour. It's not that fun to me. It requires you to think. It's not an AFK whatsoever, unless you're just like taking a break so that you can regen your energy and grab something to eat or something. So I don't know. I mean, I'll probably do 77 a lot slower. It'll take me a lot longer, and I might even do some methods like ZMI, just because I've done ZMI for even like only 4K an hour, and I'm able to just do it for many more hours. So even if I get 10K, I think I'm getting like 9.5K XP an hour doing library at 42 right now, which is great. I can get a few levels. Well, it's not even that much really, but it's like 8K, but technically I could get like 2 levels in an hour, but I never able to just do it perfectly. And it seems like the tracker's a little off. So yeah, I don't know. I might do ZMI or something for chance at ped and just kind of a different AFK ability to go for a lot longer while I'm coding, etc., and go for like 55, and then go back to library and do some library. So probably like a little bit of a combination, or I'll just break it up into bits. But I definitely want to get 77 RC and go for 99. I really want the Rift Guardian and the Rune Crafting Cape on this account. It's like something that I really want, and 99 Rune Crafting will give me 100 mil GP, which should fully fund smithing and con, even if they nerf, like really badly nerf Artie Knights. So that's kind of like, I guess, the backup plan for GP, if you sell the runes correctly. And I don't think I really need any other GP. I should even still have plenty for after 99 thieving, even getting 70, smithing. But yeah, I'll probably end up doing dart tips all the way to 99. That makes the most sense to me. I don't know if I'm going to do post fire making for con. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's the most efficient thing, and you get a lot from fire making. but I don't really care too much about getting DX. I don't really care too much about the Phoenix pet. I have what I need when it comes to Pyromancer, so I don't know, there's not really like this huge desire to do a lot of solo Wintertide, even though I do enjoy it. I kind of am a little over it. So I like training the Taverly method way, and imagining having a stamp pool for that sounds really nice to get 33 K of con XP per hour. I could probably get to, the kind of con level I'd want, where I'd be closer to 99, so when doing post fire making, it would feel like I'm going to hit 99 a lot sooner than 200 mil fire making, which is a crazy amount of time and commitment, and difficult for myself when it comes to the hours I have. So the key right now is just consistency and putting in consistent low amount of hours so that I still hit the goals that I otherwise, wouldn't hit if I didn't just have like a consistent, playable schedule. So as far as that's pretty much the future goals. I think 99 RC, based on my EHP calcs and everything, would take me all of 2019. It always ended up happening a little faster than you expected. I definitely didn't think my account would even be this far, even in this month, and it's not because I'm doing it faster than anybody else. I'm pretty sure Navis had probably better stats than this, even like after a month or 2 months, and my account's probably like 5 months old now. So it all depends on how much time you have to play, and that's really what sets you apart from having higher skills or being like an efficient play or having really, really nice skills and not. But I'm not really, like, my whole life isn't this game, so I'm not going to burn myself out by trying to hit some kind of goal that I set for myself, and prioritizing that over more important things like real life and my family and my health and my job, and everything else. So yeah, with that being said, I think that's pretty much everything. I covered the guide. I'll post the Evernote link in below, as well as my Twitter. Comment if you have any questions. I can't really think of anything else that I'd like to say currently. Just thanks to those who have subbed. It means a lot to me. It's pretty cool to see that we already have almost 50 subscribers off of a new channel, and I think at 100, if I recall, at 100 you get a custom URL. So then when people ask me my YouTube channel, I can actually just tell them a URL, so it's easy for them to find. But somebody did tell me that if you type in UIM space Skiller on YouTube, my video is the 4th one down. So that kind of means that there's really no other Ultimate Iron Man level 3 Skiller videos, or consistently at least, than Navis's. So that's kind of cool, just to see that my videos are being displayed with searches next to Navis's. He's been doing it a lot longer, and yeah, I know that's kind of cool, to just provide some additional content, even if it seems like it's pretty similar. So that being said, hopefully I will get Progress 3 video out as soon as I'm able. It takes me a lot more time, just because, yeah, I don't typically record every single clip unless it's 80 plus. I think I like to do not even random levels. So I guess herb lore and stuff, if I hit like 60 something, even if it's not like 65 or 60 or 70, I'm probably still going to record that at this point, just because it'll take me too long to get videos out if I do it as perfect as, or not as perfect, but as the way that exactly I'd like to do it, just because it just takes too long. So you'll probably see clips of like 80, 81, 82, 83. And I'll try to get Progress Video 3 out whenever, but I'm really doing it for fun and enjoyment, and I like doing it, and I like having this progression with bags. So I'll also potentially post videos for like tutorials, or just video clips of how to do certain things that are on the level 3 Ultimate Iron Man Skiller guide. So if you'd like to see maybe some additional videos to kind of expand upon the guide, this is the playlist that those videos would be in. So if you have any questions about it, or want me to discuss it, or put a video out there regarding it that you think doesn't exist, I'm definitely and probably most likely going to do that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this video is probably like 45 minutes to an hour, and that's just how this channel, this particular playlist on this channel, is going to be. I'm not going to time myself. I'm not going to try to make it less time. If it ends up being 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, or an hour and a half, then that's what's going to be. I also think it'd be really cool to have different people in these videos that I'm talking with in Discord about different things or different subjects or what they think about new updates or whatever. It'd be cool to kind of do some like random interviews, with different people that I know that are skillers. I think it'd be cool to kind of expand on maybe less known skillers that aren't as public with their achievements. And it's not because they're, hiding per se, but a lot of times people don't, they're humble, and it's really cool. And I've been confused by that because I post a lot of stuff and people are like, man, dude, you're not humble at all. But I don't know. I just like to post stuff. But these people, they're much greater players, and they tend to just go unnoticed because they don't really make content. So it'd be kind of cool to see some of them make it into these videos. I have several people that come to mind as far as, like Iron Men, Dying Seeds. As far as like regular level 3s, probably Jonas. I'm trying to think of some other people, but there's definitely some people that I respect and I think would be really cool to interview. I don't know if Night Wyvern is still playing hardcore, but there's a couple of different people, I guess, that are different builds that, don't have to be level 3. 10 HP would be cool as well, to just talk with some different 10 HP Iron Men about their methods and introduce you to their YouTube channels, introduce you to their Twitter channels that maybe nobody really even knows about because they aren't as public about it. It'd be kind of cool to just like promote other people and promote the skilling community. As far as current skilling communities, I am in a particular clan. I've been in it for 6 months, I think, and I'm currently a rank 2. And they're a really cool group of guys. There's some gals too, of course, but yeah, they're going to be around forever. So it's nice to know that you're not going to, join and there'll be only 2 people in there at any given time. I'm really sick, so I really need to end this video. But excuse me. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.